Good.
Here's my big rockets, but today we're going to be starting small with my mini rocket. Let's get to building. Now, you should have all of your parts set out in front of you. We're going to make sure that we have everything we need. That'll include our aluminum tape, our nose cone, our ruler, these dark blue lines are inch marks, our display disc for the end, both of our fins, our shock cord, make sure it isn't tangled, and both of our launch legs. They're clear, so be sure not to lose them. Now, let's take out our body tube, which will be this red straw, and get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach our shock cord to our body tube. So we're going to grab this thickest piece of tape at the end here, and we're going to just peel back the edge so we can get it off without bending it too much. You have to bend it back a little so you can get it flat enough. Then we are going to take our string, we're going to place it on our tape to give it a good bit of contact. Make sure your tape comes out of the long side of, or your string comes out alongside your tape. Then, to attach it to your straw, we're going to want it about 1/4 inch from the bottom. So you look for one of these little blue squares, and then you attach your tape appropriately, roll it tightly along the edge until you have full contact. And from there, you're just going to want to press it down with your fingernail to get it as tight as possible. This is so when our rocket splits into two parts, it doesn't go flying apart from each other and they stay connected with the shock cord. Now, we're going to grab the next piece of tape and do the same thing with the top of our shock cord, except this time we'll be attaching it to our nose cone. So grab the top of your shock cord and your tape. And you're going to want your tape about 2/3 of the way down the shock cord. Just flat in a line. Like such. Then, at the part of the nose cone where it starts to become flat and it isn't pointed anymore, you're going to want to roll your tape around. Make sure that when you put your nose cone into your body tube, it doesn't go any further than that. Now that both of our pieces are attached to each other, we're going to assemble them together. Now, we want this shock cord inside of our body tube, that way when we launch it, it isn't dangling around. The way we're going to do this is we're going to grab this little assistive tool, which will be on site, and you're going to thread it down the back with a thick piece of tape to the front. Then you'll take your shock cord, you're going to want to find a halfway point. Once you've found this halfway point, you're going to want to take a Sharpie and mark it. Now that you have it marked, you're going to take your bobby pin, you're going to want to thread that halfway point 2 notches down. 1, 2. Then find the piece of the shock cord with the nose cone attached to it and loop it around and bring it in for one more section. Like so. As you can see, black section's right here. Then you're going to want to pull the string that was left from the back and place in your nose cone. In this case, ours is a little too far forward, so what we're going to do is we're going to slide this string up and then try again. So that's a much better fit. Now we only have a little bit sticking out. You'll just have to slide it one way or the other if you have too much or too little. You can get it a little bit finer than this, but for a demonstrational video, this will work fine. Then you just pull out the bobby pin from the back. As you can see, our shock cord is kind of wrapped around. To fix that, we're just going to turn our nose cone until it's straight along the body. Now, grab a fin, and you're going to want to write your initials on it. I'm Ryan Riddle, so I'm just going to write R, R. Like so. Then, in order to get these two pieces to go together, we're going to push our fin against our body tube to get an impression of the side of the body tube. That way when we go to slide it over, it's already the shape it needs to be. Like so. This will also make it easier to just snap the two pieces together. And if they look like this, you just press on the sides until it's in a more circular looking shape, like this. Now, we can just place it over our nose. Give it a little small press if it still needs one. Slide it all the way down, and it should stop on this tape right here. If it doesn't, you got a problem. So, from here, we are going to glue our launch lugs onto these parts of the fins where they intersect. Not here where you have this long piece it connects to, but this intersection right here. But we're going to do that. So we're going to lay down a small strip of hot glue. We're going to take a launch lug and place it in a symmetrical manner. That way it has equal parts sticking out over each side, because it is longer than the fins. Make sure it's straight. Then I'm just going to flip it over and repeat. Alright. Now these pieces are together, we're going to tape on our fins. So flip to the side that doesn't have any launch lugs. There's two of them, so you can flip to either. And you're going to want to grab one of these longer pieces of tape here and place it just like you did the launch lugs. Symmetrical, so you have equal parts going over each side. Press it flat and firm against your body tube. And do a 180 and do the same thing. The other long piece of tape that we have left, take it and press it flat. Now that we've done that, we're going to attach a motor. You're going to have your motors on site, so I'm going to go fetch one now.